The United States of America will not fall to socialism. We will not take the plunge knowingly straight into the pits of hell. It's not going to happen, folks. And this man we call President Donald Trump, I do not worship him. I sometimes disagree with him. But he has kept his promises, and this picture shows everyone has been against him, but really they're against us. And that has been clear from the very get-go with all of these freaking investigations, and there was no peaceful transition of power in 2016, and it just makes you, well, I don't know whether to laugh or cry sometimes, but it makes you realize how surreal all this is when you see these other CNNs and MSNBCs and all these places, and Fox News too. They're not very trustworthy, I can tell you that. For the second time in a row, they called certain places winners for the Democrat Party when that wasn't the case. It's a suppression tactic. And what does this all go back to, folks? This all goes back to the Clintons and that damn dossier funded through Perkins Coie and that Fusion company. I forget the name of it now, forgive me. But I seen Van Jones, I think his name is. He's a CNN host, and he's not a stupid person, okay? The man's a very intelligent lawyer, matter of fact. And if you want to see what a communist looks like and how a communist works, I would recommend, if you can handle it, if you can stomach the bullshit that spews out of his mouth, I recommend to check him out, and it will help you understand the enemy. It really will. President Donald J. Trump was the very first president to go after child trafficking and pedophilia. And one of his very first executive orders was an executive order that went against human rights abuses worldwide and froze bank accounts of prominent people who were involved in human rights abuses or child trafficking type stuff. I mean, if Hillary would have got in, Epstein would have never been arrested. And then the media won't report on any of the pedophilia stuff. If they do, they call you a damn satanic pedophile cult. Oh, like this demon right there, Savannah Guthrie. Look at the face on her. I used to think she was hot going to school back in my teenage years. Back when I was a part of this sorcery and illusions. It's just crazy, folks. I never seen the future going the way it is, but I'm telling you, we still have a fighting chance, and that sucks for her and the rest of them. So there is something I want to bring everyone's attention to that I think is is going to be one of the biggest moments in American history ever. And this weekend, if you have a Parler account, you can go to at Stop the Steal Caravan. Owen Schroyer is a part of it and the InfoWars team. But I suggest every single patriotic American that loves America and wants to be like Mr. Paul Revere here, go and tell every single person you can about this, because we are marching on D.C. Friday and Saturday to send a message to these communist, treasonous, criminals. That's what I'm going to call them. We're going to send them such a big message, such a loud message of unity instead of division. And we're going to look them right in the eye. We're going to look the evil right in the eye. Shoulder to shoulder. United, not divided. And look all of them right in the eyes. And we are going to show them by example what America is really about. And then, after that's done, we're going to go home and watch us all be slandered by the communist news network, CNN. And hopefully, just hopefully, that people will start to see just how bad these organizations really are. And when President Donald J. Trump says that they are the enemy of the people, he's not just saying that for the hell of it, guys. He's serious. And a big problem I've noticed is there are two realities at work here. One version of President Donald J. Trump is the most evil, ignorant, dictating SOB that the world has ever seen. He's a racist, bigot, and every other ism known to man. And then the other side sees it for pretty much what it is. And then you do have the fringe that worship him like Baal or something, which is very problematic. But the media is our biggest problem, is the point. The media. I mean, the censorship is insane. They're not only going after people's YouTube accounts, though, and just taking those down. They're taking people's Patreons away. They're saying actively that ain't voter fraud. That straight vertical line that's never happened in U.S. politics in the history of the United States. There's no evidence of massive voter fraud. And then you try to talk to them or show it to them, and they look at you, laugh at you, and then call you crazy. Talk about the pot calling a kettle black, buddy. It's wild times, and all of these people right here. I see Donna Brazile, Chuck Schumer, Huma Abedin, I forget his name, Eric something, Fast and Furious Attorney General under Obama. And then there's Barry Soetoro, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that crazy bitch from Chicago, Hillary, John Brennan, John Kerry, Adam Schiff. Those are a lot of the faces involved in this. So, there you go. There's the graph of the 2020 election results. Trump had him beat. I mean, Biden was getting thumped. And I mean thumped, folks. Massive victory for Americans and President Donald J. Trump. Joe Biden has not won anything. You need to turn your TVs off. They are only there to confuse you and to make you complacent. Social media, news media, none of these entities choose the President of the United States of America. They don't certify the votes anyways until mid-December, I think. And that's how it has always been. But the difference in these elections, obviously, is there's actually somebody with the balls big enough to stand up to them. And I want you to take a look at New York right here, folks. How in the heck does this place turn blue? Look at that. There's no way, folks. There's no way. It makes you wonder about California's true color on the electoral map and why they closed counting down like they had already counted every single thing by the time the polls closed. And wait till you see this. Boom! Look at that. Give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it. Go get you an ice cream cone. Go get you whatever you want. Celebrate. Look at that. That is amazing, folks. That is amazing. We have never seen nothing like that. So kudos to every single person that went out and put their money where their mouth was. That's just amazing, and I'm very humbled to be a part of it. But our fight isn't over. It's only begun. And if you want all of that to be shown to the world as the truth like it is, you need to come to this march on Washington, D.C. Stop the Steal Caravan on Parler. You can find all the information Friday and Saturday. Millions of us are going to be at the White House standing in solidarity with the one man, President Donald J. Trump, that is trying to keep everything fair and normal. Everything else and every other entity like CNN, MSNBC, social media companies, and the rest of them, they don't care. They're communists. They want this country to fall. They want to bring in UN Chinese peacekeeping troops. That's what they want. If we don't fight, life don't go back to normal. And that might sound completely insane and like a conspiracy theory, and that could never happen. I'm telling you, Cherokee country boy, that could never happen. That's a conspiracy theory. Well, no, it's not. And the people that say that stupid crap like that are people that don't even know the CIA coined the term conspiracy theory to make people look stupid that ask questions about JFK's blatant murder in '63. And guess who just happened to be leading that CIA? George H.W. Bush. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Thank God for Amy Coney Barrett being confirmed. Because when this whole election does go to the Supreme Court, Trump is going to get another 4 years, baby. Woohoo! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. So, folks, keep your head up. The fight is not over. Joe Biden did not win. That is all smoke and mirrors and part of their sorcery. And quite frankly, I am surprised. And speaking of quite frankly, I got some of my screenshots from Quite Frankly, and I hope you don't care. And shout out to him. Everyone should go check his channel out. You can find him on DLive, YouTube still, I think. I ain't sure exactly where else he is, but I lost my train of thought here, guys. Anyways, people are trying to say that election fraud is false, right? Well, when the court filings go out, we will have the proof to lay in front of them, and we will be able to run 10 laps around them, laying papers down showing them proof. In this next image, I want everyone to get a very good mental camera and take a picture of this next image right here, because this is the biggest problem in the United States of America and the world. Every one of these, every single one of them, guys, are far left as it gets, working for the same team. And I'm telling you, they would not even report on the bald eagle of the United States taking a complete dump on Mr. Joe Biden. And he don't know what the hell happened. He don't. He thinks there's mayonnaise on his forehead, guys. He thinks there's mayonnaise dripping off his nose. Poor. If he wasn't such a piece of garbage criminal, I'd feel bad for the man. I would. But I don't. And another look at New York. How does that turn blue? How in God's name does that turn blue on election day? Now, I know that those few blue counties are more heavily inner city population that are left and historically left. That don't matter when you got the rest of the entire state red. And again, the reason they're able to pull this shit off, excuse my language, is because every one of these corporations right here, this is the problem. Turn your TVs off. These companies will not report the truth on the amazing records that we Americans set. And here's proof, baby. Here's the proof. The proof is in the pudding. America, America, God shed His grace on thee. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for that. Anyways, once again, thank God for Amy Coney Barrett. That is going to help us decide that Trump gets another 4 years in office, and we can all keep this in our minds about Joe Biden getting bird poop on his forehead. That's liberty being shit on his head. Later, guys.